One of the problems caused by penal substitutionary atonement is what has been called the limited or unlimited atonement problem. Normally what happens when you hold to penal substitutionary atonement, or when you're doing some type of soteriology, you're faced with this question. When Christ died, did he die only for select few, or did he die for everybody? And that could sound like a trick question, and to a degree it is, but it's a problem only caused by penal substitutionary atonement. The reason it's only caused by penal substitutionary atonement is because the atonement is only effectual for the people that God poured out his wrath on Jesus for. What this means is, if God only put the wrath that is due to people who will or did believe, then this means that he did not pour out the wrath that is due to the unbelievers. Now, this might make sense of something like Revelation, where there's wrath still to come. How can there still be wrath to come if God poured out all of his wrath? So then we could say, well, he didn't pour out all of his wrath. He only poured out wrath to those who will believe. So that would be the position of limited atonement. God didn't pour it out to everybody. But we have a problem. The problem with limited atonement is the idea that, well, then it just doesn't sound like God really means it when he says he wants everyone to come to the knowledge of him. And what typically happens, especially in Calvinistic circles, is they'll take everyone to mean something other than everyone, or all to mean something other than all. They'll add words to Scripture, something you're not allowed to do, which is everyone means everyone of a certain class, or everyone of a certain type, or something like that, when it just says everyone. Now, if we wanted everyone to mean everyone, we get to unlimited atonement. Now, I believe that the logical conclusion of unlimited atonement from penal substitutionary atonement is that if God pours out all of his wrath for all of humanity onto Jesus on the cross, well, what wrath is left? Well, none, because he poured out all of it. Well, if there's no wrath left, then who's he going to be wrathful to during the judgment? The answer would be no one. Now, the logical conclusion then is that everyone must be saved. Now, I don't believe that everyone is saved. I wish everyone were saved. I wish I could be convinced universalism is true. But I do not believe that. So, this problem occurs because of the wrath issue. Now, if you take away the wrath issue, if you say that wrath is not poured out on Jesus, then the problem evaporates. I don't have to worry about limited or unlimited atonement. I can say, well, the people for whom the atonement applies are the people who believe. And it's easy. I don't have to worry about that. So that would be one of the arguments from reason or logic as to why I would reject penal substitutionary atonement.